entertain you on a giant screen with a few colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading
It's
about.
showtime, folks. Enjoy the show.
We're delighted to have you with us. They're driving theater.
You'll find something to please you to add to your evening's enjoyment.
Is pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome. You are tuned into the Drive-In Speaker Box. The show. It's dark in here, isn't it? Man, I need to adjust the lights. We're turning into a show. It's a live show. It's a podcast. It's a way of life. But it is mostly about movies.
We got the glow.
Your mind's made up when you got the. What do I have on my face?
Dude, it's the ear pad stuff.
pads,
Yeah.
But anyway, what are we even talking about? This is a movie show. We're here to talk about movies. We're here to review some movies. I didn't even watch one last night or this weekend. I've had a brutal weekend. It was an absolutely brutal weekend. Look at my face. Look at my eyes. Look at my soul. It's empty. And but we're still gonna be here with you. We're gonna do this thing. We're gonna have a great time. We're gonna talk about things. We're gonna review movies. You saw a movie, yeah?
Yeah, I watched a documentary. I watched Marty, Life is Short about Martin Short.
Oh, well, that's cool.
It was cool, yeah, because I was like, man, there's nothing going on at the theater. There was an Indian movie or two that I knew you guys would not care to hear about. So I patrolled what was going on in the new releases for home on Netflix and Prime, and I found that, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch this. I almost watched Goat, and I was like, man, I don't want to do that to myself.
Yeah, why would you do that? Why would you? I thought you were going to watch the Sheep Detective movie.
But you already reviewed that one.
Yeah, I know, but I thought you might like it.
No, I think I would like it too. I just hadn't had the opportunity. I was actually very busy this weekend as well, so I didn't get to do that.
Well, we're here in the theater, or the theater. This is the theater for you, I guess. So thanks for tuning in. But don't forget to like and subscribe wherever it is you want to follow us. We have all that stuff on our link tree, driveinspeakerbox.com. You can find this audio podcast, if that's what you're listening to right now, wherever it is you download your podcast. So, yeah, hold on tight. Let's jump into some news. Jake, I know you always got some stuff lined up. I have
a little bit. Yeah, man.
While you start news, I'm going to go fix the lighting here because it's just it's a little dark. So, just go ahead and kick it off.
Well, it was a slow news week.
Well, damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There wasn't a lot going on. One of the things that I saw here is that, we in the pre-show we were talking about some movies that have a special place via nostalgia, things that you have attachment to, maybe not because it's the best movie of all time, but because of how it impacted you. And growing up as a kid, Dr. Dolittle was one of those things for me. I really loved the 1960s Ride Off on the Giant Snail, super rad Dr. Dolittle movie. I will sit down and watch that today. But they're making a new one this time.
Not with Eddie Murphy?
Animated. Well, they did that one with Robert Downey Jr. after Eddie Murphy. You remember?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, and he was just his Sherlock Holmes character as Dolittle. Mm-hmm. But this time it's animated, and I think it's definitely going to be geared towards kids, as Dr. Dolittle is. But it is animated. It's being written by two guys from Paw Patrol. But it kind of has the plot that they've revealed is kind of brutal.
At first I was like, no way, but now that Paw Patrol has been dropped.
Hold on, check this out. The plot portion that they've revealed, like the whole what the buzz sentence is that Dr. Dolittle leads an expedition and they find this critically endangered, very rare special species of animal that no one's ever seen before ever, and then these people poach the hell out of them, and then Dr. Dolittle's reputation is sunk, and so he gets his friends to go beat their asses and save the rest of these animals.
So Dr. Dolittle saves the day with violence?
Yeah, why not, dude?
I don't know if that's the same Dr. Dolittle I remember.
You sure about that?
A violent Doolittle?
There's a bar fight at the beginning of the movie with all the animals.
I guess it's been a long time since I've seen that movie. I don't remember drunk animals fighting.
Yeah, man, that's that's his thing, is he protects the animals, man. So his rep's ruined by these poacher guys that he accidentally helps discover these critters, and so it's time to like tune them up, you know, let them know.
I don't know why this just reminded me of it, but you know, in Scrooged, where they're sitting in the network meeting and they're talking, it was like the Christmas movies, and it's like Santa's workshop, and then it's getting raided by like Soviets, and then this guy comes out and it's like Lee Mervin or something's going with the machine gun, just do for Christmas. And they go, yeah, we need more action.
Yeah, sounds awesome. You know what? There is Dr. Dolittle where everything is solved with violence, and it's friggin' awesome. It's called Beastmaster, dude. It rules.
Well,
everyone knows.
Maybe I'll go home and watch the Beastmaster. I need.
Watch the movie and the TV series. You don't watch Beastmaster 2. Though Beastmaster 2 does have like the chick from Superman 2, the evil queen from Conan the Destroyer, but it's like the time travel thing.
The worst thing that Beastmaster ever did was convince a generation of people that ferrets made good pets. And they're stinky, and you know they're cute, but they're not meant to be pets. They're not
meant to be pets. But their whole job in Beastmaster was to bite stuff. And
in
real life, they're good at that. They're good at those things.
Yeah.
They're weasels.
Yeah.
So anyhow, animated Dr. Dolittle kind of sounds sick.
I'm into it.
Yeah, I'll be super into it.
Check TBS.
Dude,
Beastmaster
probably
is
right.
probably
Dude,
on.
Yeah, beans and cornbread. Welcome back to Beastmaster dinner and a movie. Yeah, wouldn't that be crazy? Beastmaster dinner and a movie, and like we're cooking a chicken and like all this stuff, and it's just all these.
Or no, they're cooking some other rodent or something. They're like, oh yeah, we're cooking
the friends of the Beastmaster. Anyhow, Beastmaster rules. Also, dude, people that solve things with violence in movies and not so much in real life, there's a more than one new Ip Man movie coming out.
More than one at the same time?
Nah, not necessarily the same time. The Donnie Yen one that's continuing it on after they called it Ip Man 4 the finale is still set to happen at some point. But the guy that did the Ip Man movies that weren't the Donnie Yen ones, you know, like as the Donnie Yen ones became just incredibly popular, they were like, yeah, dude, Ip Man, starring this guy that wears the hat like Ip Man did. They're making another one of those. So if you just like checking out the modern day version B-movie kung fu flicks, that's the thing that's going to be there. None of them are terrible. None of them are going to make you just be like, oh, geez. But it's not the Donnie Yen one. So if that's what you were getting jazzed about, don't worry.
Vince asks, Bo, you saw the new Mortal Kombat, right? Yeah, we both. You checked out of the stream last night or last week, and that's what we talked about that because it was a bad connection. But we did review that. That's on the downloadable podcast.
Yeah,
I believe.
mean,
so
we can just cover it real quick.
Yeah, we did talk about. Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, it looks like the video game. If you're a fan of Mortal Kombat 1 or 2 for Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis or the arcade or whatever, you'll be like, hey, I know that place. Hey, I know that stage. Hey, I've done that move. Kung Lao has all of his moves, which is very cool. It is the Kitana show, so if you were expecting Johnny Cage to be your boy, they did the same thing they did to him in one of those games where he didn't get his powers until the very end. In the game, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it was fighting Shinnok where he got his like green Earth Guardian power. But in the movie, it's kicking a rock, literally kicking rocks. And Kano is really funny. So
I was gonna ask you, Jake. A lot of we've been talking about it on our Discord. We've been seeing TikToks and Instagram Reels. How are you feeling about all of the He-Man popcorn buckets, the He-Man drink sword, the He-Man like the Castle Grayskull that holds the peanuts and the corn and the drink?
I saw the video. I think Vince put it in there of all the different ones.
The sword is kind of sick.
Dude, the Castle Grayskull is beyond sick. I think that's so cool. I hate everything about this movie. Everything about it, including all of these interviews that the stars are doing where they're like, well, you know, this movie is about screw you, toxic masculinity, and so we took the most masculine thing we could find, and it's just a naked man with muscles and he kills stuff, and screw you, audience. I hate everything about everything that they're like, yeah, it's just we were like, what if He-Man was stupid? And what if we blatantly hated it, but we made money off of you people that liked it? So
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, I hate everything about the movie. I hate everything about the trailers. I don't like the real world meshed with Eternia thing.
He was like, I was trapped at a desk job on Earth for 20 years.
I can't believe I'm stuck at this desk when I know I'm from Eternia.
They got you pushing too many pencils, E-Man?
Yeah.
Prince Adam.
Yeah, dude, I never see you work out, but you're like 400 pounds of nothing but muscle. Eternia. Yeah. No, but
By the way, take these to FedEx.
Yeah, the popcorn buckets, the collectibles though, look pretty cool. The sword, I've known about that one for a while now. It looks dope. It does look super cool. But the Castle Grayskull, man, nothing was cool. It has the drink that's one of the towers, and you can keep your snacks on the inside, and it just looks like Castle Grayskull. That looks so cool.
The movie snack containment vessels are the coolest part about this movie.
And the hexagonal bucket or whatever too, where they did the live action actors and they looked like the cartoons. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, the gray skull and the sword, too cool, too sick. I need that gray skull.
You know, honestly. Like, we're going to see this movie. You know we're going to see this movie.
I'm not.
What?
No, I'm not. But Star Punch asked if they'll sneak a Fisto joke in there. I'll tell you what, I will predict this because it's definitely going to happen. They're going to throw in the joke of the of the He-Man singing.
Yeah, you know
that's going to be in there
and there's
somewhere.
probably going to be a Skeletor meme where he goes, quote, 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 ha, 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 and he runs away. They'll probably do that.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll fit that one unless it's like a stinger at the end of the movie or something. But
it's going to be in there.
They're definitely going to be the, hey, yeah. I say hey.
There will probably be a fight scene.
There's going to be the disco He-Man meme and the what's going on He-Man. 100% it's going to be there.
Yeah, I'm imagining this, and clearly I've not seen the movie. I'm imagining where he's going to, like, there's going to be an issue where you think that he's like down on his he can't transform, or I don't know, there's a problem, right? And it's like, oh well, shit, I don't have my sword, I can't, whatever, and we're gonna get beat up. And then he's gonna
my music,
and then he's gonna get it, and he's gonna jump in the air like Thor Ragnarok style, and he's gonna be lightning it up, and it's gonna go, I said, hey, yeah, and then he's gonna come down, and it's gonna start a big like fight scene.
Full Marvel with it, huh?
Yes,
it's gonna be Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's gonna be Guardians of the Galaxy. That scene will be in the movie. Mark my words.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Man, I know.
Favorite He-Man action figure. Go.
Favorite action figure?
He-Man action figure.
Does Grayskull count as an action figure?
No. Figure.
Grayskull's sick. I like the bee guy. The bee guy was
Buzz
always
off.
really cool.
And his little hat. Everybody always lost his little hat. He had this little like bee beret. Arcog says
Trapjaw was a cool one.
Star Punch said Man at Arms.
I was gonna say Man of Arms next too. Yeah. And Triclops. Triclops was cool. I liked playing with Triclops because I would just change his eye to like match whatever mood he wanted.
Because there was the Triclops, and then there was the other one that had the like turning head. He had the three Manny faces. Manny faces.
His spun inside that like helmet thing, but the Triclops you would twist the band.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So my favorite one, I can't remember.
I mean, I really liked. I thought He-Man was cool, but
I can't remember the name of the figure.
Trapjaw had the changeable arms though.
But I loved Hordak and his crew, right? And there was a figure in Hordak's crew, and he was a box of parts, and he was like this red bug. And it was just a huge box of snapping parts. And there was like thoraxes and abdomens and arms and heads. And you could just build this crazy, insane thing. Modulok, is that his name? Oh my God. That was the coolest action figure because you could just make whatever. And you could make him like have 16 legs or like 5 arms. So freaking dope. Like that was the coolest. It was like Legos, but with body parts.
Battle Cringer is pretty sick. Battle Cat. Battle Cat is sick, and that's the one thing I was gonna. I know,
but I like Skeletor's Panther or whatever.
They're gonna do Cringer real dirty in the movie. They're just gonna make Cringer suck because in all of the new cartoons, that's what they always end up doing. They're like, What if Cringer was just a dumb idiot and worthless? And they're like, look at you, you 7-foot tall cat that, you know,
Well,
weighs
he was an idiot in the
2,000
original
pounds.
cartoon too. He was like, I don't know, Prince Adam. I don't want to. Don't shoot me with the laser. And then he goes, rah.
But there's something different about like the way it's done in 80s versus the way it's done.
I think that's just because you were a kid.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Cringer's cool. Battle Cat was a sick toy.
Not as cool as that Purple Panther, baby. I was the dark side kid, man. I played with Hordax Castle. I never had Grayskull. I had Snake Mountain.
Yeah, my
I didn't
uncle
have a
did. He had
Nintendo.
the
I had a
Grayskull.
Sega. I was the black sheep, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my whole thing. Loved it. And also the robot, one of the Hordax minions, the robots. I had a couple of those, and I thought
Yeah.
they were so cool.
Well, the Grayskull was sick because it opened up and it had like the dungeons with the tentacles and stuff coming out, and it was like you got to walk on the walls and stuff of Grayskull. Man, it was really cool. It was sick. You ever have like Mighty Max?
Oh yeah.
You know, it was
the
like
Polly Pocket for boys.
yeah, it was like a big Mighty Max.
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah,
dope.
it was sick.
Well,
Yeah. Well, so yeah, He-Man's dumb. But speaking of dumb things,
well, I mean, what we're sitting here talking about He-Man. What the hell are we even doing?
oh, the Atom on the Sky Cycle. Yeah, dude. How about that?
Yeah, look at that. We're just sitting here talking about it.
I need to get the Battle Cat. Dude, look at how cool He-Man is. And
Yeah.
Battle Cat is sick.
Look at that. Prince Adam Sky Sled. And then, yeah, you got Tila on the back. Evelyn. What a babe. Yep. And,
Yeah.
like, the art was sick. Like, look at that. Like, the art used to be cool. Like, things used to be cool. That was, like, all probably airbrushed once upon a time.
Yeah. I mean, that's a newer production thing, but
I'm sure this is
it's
all AI, but...
similar stuff. So speaking of dumb things that started in the 80s that people just don't understand and see as ways to take money off of people that have dedicated
Do we just
too
need
much
to do,
of their
like,
life
toy
to-
reviews?
We
That's
to-
going to
we
be
totally
another
could.
channel.
It could be
We
a
just do-
spin-off thing for us. But dude, I got so many toys, bro. Where do we start?
But could you stomach taking them out of the box?
Ooh, no.
But we'd have to.
No.
We'd have to, because that would be the show. Because everybody that buys this shit never unboxes it, and so we're gonna be like, no, we're actually gonna unbox this. So it would be kind of like reverse AMSR or ASMR for people. They're like, oh, watch them peel this. See, you can't even do it right now. You can't even fathom opening a blister pack.
Yeah. Ooh, no. No.
No, we'd have to do it, or I'd just do it, and it'd be reactive. It'd be a react video of watching him just squirm. And no.
I'm taking my Strange Brew figures home tonight, you guys.
For protection.
Yeah, I have them open somewhere. Don't touch these things. No, man, you can see them through the box.
But you can't touch them. You can't pose them. Like the different hands that they come in, you can't click it in. And make
They're
them have-
already in great. They're in this pose, dude. You don't need to change that.
No.
Yeah. So dumb things that started in the 80s. Star Punch said he's a dumb thing that started in the 80s. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so are we.
So are we. But the Zelda movie, it was big news for the Zelda movie for all of you that just can't wait to get your eyes wet with the Zelda movie. It has been moved up. Its release schedule is it's going to release early. It had gone from it was going to be released in like March of 2027, and then it moved to May 7th. And great news, everyone! Now it's going to be on April 30th. 1 whole week early.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
They're miracles can happen.
Yeah.
It's like the price of gas will never go down, but at least we'll have an extra. Yeah, we don't have to wait an extra week.
What was the whole point of going and beating up South America for cheap gas if I'm paying $4? That's a whole different podcast. Hey,
from two white guys with mustaches, we're gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From two guys who don't look like they should be allowed to talk about this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I'll just jump to that then. Talking about no, that's a bad segue. I'm
then just
immediately redacting
jump right in.
everything. Hey,
Full non sequitur.
So, I'll just do something else first. James Bond. They are in the middle of casting. They are releasing casting reports. They're trying to find their James Bond. But the main thing they say here is that he needs to be in his 20s or 30s, British, and fit. But the main thing was that
I was about to say something, and then like I can't do it.
yeah, they expect him to commit to the series for 10 to 12 years. At least. So Amazon is thinking that whenever they release their first Bond movie and they've completely lost the plot and they betray everything about James Bond that has fans of James Bond.
I think they should do the opposite. I think that they should just multiverse Bond and just every single movie is a different Bond. It's just like girl Bond, trans Bond, wheelchair Bond, Venezuelan Bond, Canadian Bond. And it's just like, just everything is just, it doesn't matter. He wakes up and it's Bond and he's in a different form.
Yeah, I mean, if like Goldfinger or somebody was like, they made a device and it opened up a rift and all the 007s from different timelines and realities came together, that would be cool. Thanks, Night Ashley. But Amazon, with all of their like requirements for projects that they work on, they're definitely going to shit the bed on the Bond thing because it's going to be the furthest thing from Bond you can imagine. And man, how are they going to get a guy to commit 12 years? And it's going to suck for this dude. Really, it's going to suck for whoever they cast. Because they're like, yeah, dude, I'm James Bond. Everyone's like, oh, I hate everything about that guy. No. Yeah. And they're like, bring back Timothy Dalton, dog. Or bring back...
just AI any of the old ones.
Bring back the Australian dude. I can't remember. I can't think of why I can't remember his name. But Rebel Wilson Bond. Not British. So, yeah, they're going to just ruin it, and I feel bad for this dude who's going to sign this contract with Amazon for 12 years and then like just not be able to do anything else because everyone's gonna be like, oh, that's that guy that really sucked as Bond, and Amazon's gonna be like, well, our contract says you can't do anything for 12 years, so we're gonna write this movie for 7 and we're gonna put this other one out and hope people forgive us, but we're not gonna change anything. So we'll see how that goes. Sucks for that dude. But hey, speaking of other things that people have no clue what they're doing, and they take on a beloved character and story and something that's lasted for 3,000 years. That new Odyssey trailer.
Oh God!
And the casting reveals.
It's like,
how about that?
The whitest American regular Joe Schmo celebrity.
Well, but
like, your father is not coming back. My papa will be coming back. Or my dad.
My dad is gonna get you. Yeah. So, everything about Odyssey is poop.
It looks bad.
Poop garbage.
I saw that extended trailer when we were in the theater for Mortal Kombat last week, and I was like, this looks so bad.
I don't know if it's been officially confirmed yet, but everyone's saying that Elliot Page is going to be Achilles, and Jesus Christ, I mean, come on. Come on. You know?
I just, the casting in this is, and you know what, like, Christopher Nolan, what are you thinking, man?
Well,
like, you could cast literally anybody. You could go, that guy over there on the street holding a cardboard sign, you're in the movie. And people would go, Christopher Nolan's directing it. It's going to be amazing. And they're going to go see it. Like,
well, if they did that with that guy and gave him 7 months of paid training to get in shape and be like Achilles, and you're just like, yeah, that guy's an immortal Greek warrior.
But that's the thing,
Achilles.
Is Christopher Nolan could have had this opportunity to cast literally anybody. Mm-hmm. But instead, they were like, let's just make sure we have A-list, safe space celebrities that people are like, I like that person.
Dude, and the backtracking on all of it, like, there's no way that they made
even Rob Pat, I'm disappointed because I love Rob Pat.
I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him and Matt Damon, 100%. Because I'm like, they're going to be in this movie and it's going to just stink to high heaven. Everything about it's going to suck, and they're going to be there, and they're going to be trying, and they're fantastic actors, and they're just going to not have an ability to make it succeed. Anne Hathaway's probably going to be really good, and it's just not going to work. at
it's
all.
not.
Nothing about it shows that it's going to work at all. Give me my Sean Bean Odysseus back.
Where my Sean Bean
Give me
at?
my Sean Dean Odysseus back. Man, just but the backtracking of them being like, well, we filmed it in regular everyday plain American English because it's the modern take. Dude, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know,
There-
like there's a reason that
The only modern take, "Oh brother, where art thou?" is a modern take, right? You know, that's if you want to go take one of these old ancient tragedies and give it a modern take. That was a really good job. They did a great job with that. You can't call it a modern take when they're rowing war boats in, ancient times with ancient costumes and ancient swords and go, but it's a modern take. No, it's not a modern take.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way that they thought that doing that was just like what made them think that was going to work. And then you have like Robert Pattinson and old Spider Boy, and they're like, "I'll put on your American accents for this one." And
Yeah,
it's like
thanks.
there's a reason that British English is used in
Forever
those
generic fantasy
scales.
ancient languages.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
like
there's
it
a
just
reason
has,
for it, and it's being like, my daddy sure is gonna beat your bottom when he gets back from
fighting
from
the Cyclops.
yeah, from fighting at the city of Troy and all that. You guys, I can't believe that these suitors are here. What are they? What they're gonna be? These fuckboys are in my city trying to smash
my
my
mom.
mom. Yeah, man, unbelievable. Get out of here, guy. Come on, dude.
My pop's no cuck. Like,
Yeah. These fuckboys are trying to cuck my dad while he's on his way back. It's been 10 years.
and
but
none of
he's on
them
his
have
way.
any riz.
He's on his way. Yeah.
Get out of here.
Dude, oh my god. I hate everything. There's things I can comment on, but my face and voice are on the internet matching with me saying it right now, and I don't want it to turn into a thing it's not. But everything about it looks like poop. Very upset. Very, very upset. I was upset when they're like, look at this guy with his black armor and his gold spine and his dumbass look, and they're like, what if history gets shat on?
Take that, history.
And some of the things about there's very clear descriptions of some specific characters, and they're like, but what if they were anything but that? And there's very clear depictions of how the mass burials worked, or how the war went and stuff like that. And they're like, but what if we changed it for the visual, for the modern audience? Dude, it's been around for 3,000 years.
Yeah, just let it.
Leave it alone,
Leave it
dude.
alone, man.
Just put it to film, you dumbass.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
Or go ultra modern with it, like Batman Beyond it or something.
Dude,
and it's
do the Romeo and Juliet thing where they're like, let's just get weird as hell with it, dude.
Mm-hmm. That's what that one.
Except in that Mercutio sucked, and Mercutio's my dog. That's my boy. Anytime we'd read.
Are you gonna go see
class.
And Juliet at the Walton Arts Center? That's coming up soon.
I don't have the kind of money for Walton Arts Center, dog.
I was just wondering if you're into that. It's a retelling. It's like, what if Juliet lived? So yeah.
Then that apothecary sucks. It's just terrible at his job.
Okay, well, let's talk about movies that are coming out in theaters this weekend, because we need to do that. It's that part of the show where we tell you what's coming out in theaters this weekend, and you can get super, super excited to watch Baby Yoda the movie. Baby Yoda the movie.
Hold on. It's like Juliet lived, like she took the
Okay, we're gonna
poison
go.
and she passed out, and then Romeo was like, oh no, Juliet's dead. Screw this. And then he murks himself out, and then Juliet wakes up and she sees him dead, and she's like, oh, that looks awful. No, I'm out of here.
Okay.
And then she walks off and does her own thing.
So, I mean, the tagline for it's, if you go to their website, it's, what if Juliet had a second chance? Experience And Juliet, the hit Broadway musical packed with pop anthems and powered by self-love.
Oh,
Get tickets
no,
now.
screw everything about that. No. I thought it was going to be interesting. Like maybe she was like, ugh, oh, dude, oh, Romeo's dead? No, F that, dude.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, oh, dude, yeah, I'll take that dagger too. Yeah, no, forget that. That sounds dumb as hell.
Here, I'll read what it is. Here, I'm gonna let AI overview give me. It says, And Juliet is a jukebox musical that flips the tragic ending of Shakespeare's classic on its head. When William Shakespeare's wife, Anne Hathaway, interviews to save Juliet from dying from Romeo, Juliet embarks on an empowering coming-of-age journey to Paris. Her story of independence is set to iconic 90s and 2000 pop anthems. Here's how this hilarious, energetic story unfolds. And yeah, new friendships and romance. In Paris, the group runs into Angelique's former flame, Lance, and his son, Francois, who's trying to find his own way from under his father's expectations. Juliet and Francois agreed a fake engagement to get their parents off their backs, but they quickly form a genuine bond. Along the way, Juliet also befriends May, Francois' non-binary best friend, who is on their own powerful journey of self-discovery.
In medieval Italy?
The complications. Just as Juliet begins to embrace her freedom, a massive twist occurs. Romeo turns out to not be dead after all. He returns to declare his eternal love for her, caught in a love triangle between Romeo and Francois, and her overbearing parents still trying to force her to a convent. Juliet is forced to figure out who she truly wants to be. The pop soundtrack.
So maybe the apothecary's real badass at his job, and he showed up. He's like, "Oh, this kid stabbed himself. Oh my god! All right, I'll save this dude." And then he's like, "Hey, so like all my friends are dead, and they died because like we were smooching or whatever. So like, can we like get this thing going again or whatever?" And she's like, "Ew, no, I have Francois now."
Featuring the hit tracks Roar from Katy Perry, Since You've Been Gone from Kelly Clarkson, Baby One More Time from Britney Spears, I Want It That Way from the Backstreet Boys, and It's Gonna Be Me from NSYNC.
So what the fuck did all their friends die for? You killed my boy Mercutio for this? A table flip. Dude, how much will it cost me to be able to go and yell groan out loud?
Yes. Yes. Like, I mean, I'm not making this up. And in fact, if anybody in the Northwest Arkansas that's listening to this show that wants to go to this show, I have 2 tickets, and I'll give them to you. You can go for free. And
if I get kicked out, does that affect you?
Maybe not. I will transfer the tickets to you and put your name on them. Yeah, it's so.
These are the people that wrote He-Man and Odyssey.
Yeah, this is where we are. This is where we are right now.
Okay,
you know?
Cool. Well, I mean, it's really cool that their families fought each other to the friggin' death in the streets of Italy for them to be like, duh, we'll just go do something else now.
Yeah. So the premise, the very beginning of the show, it opens in. The show opens in 1597 with William Shakespeare debuting Romeo and Juliet.
So it's meta too.
Anne Hathaway. Anne hates the double suicide ending and seizes the quill, deciding to rewrite the play. She proposes an alternate universe where Juliet doesn't take her own life over Romeo, but instead takes control of her own destiny.
So Shakespeare changed his play after the wild success because his wife was like, "But what if girl boss though?" And he was like, "Oh." And then like rewrote that.
Yes.
Dude, I'm done.
Yes. Yeah. In Anne's revised story, Juliet packs up and flees Verona alongside her nurse, Angelique. The 2 best friends have a fun holiday in Paris. It's here that Juliet experiences true independence, partying at the clubs and learning to find herself outside of Romeo's shadow.
So if you're
If you fall in love with a dude and the homies fight to the death because of you.
If your homies are just in the street stabbing each other to death and everyone's like, "Yeah, dude, that's daily life." How are you going to get up and just be like, "Yeah, let's travel.
But let's go party in France."
Let's travel all the way to Paris as young teenagers. Juliet's like 13 or 14.
Right. But she clubbing, girl.
Hamlet 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Don't bring that into this. Hamlet 2 is amazing. Rock me, sexy Jesus. Hamlet 2 is so good. It has your boy, old Coogan, in there.
Well, and you know, I would say Shakespeare
I would watch
retellings-
He-Man before this.
Like what's the one that I like? Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead. That's a great movie. If you guys have never seen that one, based on some Shakespeare stuff that takes some liberties. Anyway, yeah, there you go. This is the world we live in. So anyway, going back to cinema. Let's talk cinema.
Think of all the great Shakespeare's. The Taming of the Shrew is a really good movie. There's the old 60s Romeo and Juliet. That's pretty friggin' good. Did they make an Anne of a Thousand Days movie? They really should. That's a great play.
Well, let's talk. We got to talk about like
movies coming out.
We got to talk about the theatrical experience, the high quality, high caliber storytelling prowess that is coming out in theaters this week with Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and Grogu, the movie. Featuring Martin Scorsese, Sigourney Weaver, Jeremy Allen White, Pedro Pascal, and a doll that you all love. That's coming out this week. The poster looks so fake. Like that. When I remember seeing the trailer for this for the first time, I was like, "Is this a Pepsi ad?" You know, and it is. It just looks like a big wanking commercial. I hate everything about it. Star Wars, Mandalorian, Grogu. I don't want to see this movie at all. I don't want to think about this movie at all. I don't want to.
I don't know anyone that
is excited about it.
Yeah, man. Like even the people that usually are like, no, man, it gets a pass because it's Star Wars. And like, what do you mean you didn't like Rey? And that it turned out that she was Palpatine, and then she was like, I'm a Skywalker, dude. Get over it, bro.
And the excuse,
all of those people, they're like, the sequels are actually pretty good, dude.
The excuse for this movie is they're going to go, yeah, but for the kids, though. And I go, fucking Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back was also for the kids, though. And they were great movies.
Star Punch, yeah. Remember when all of us were like, prequels are poop, dude? Man, Disney was like, hold my beer, bro. Man. Yeah, I don't know anyone that's excited to see this. Even people that were like big into the TV show, because they all checked out when that season got rushed in or whatever. Because the Boba Fett show, and then they brought in the Mandalorian to the Boba Fett show, and that was like a big deal. They're like, no, you can't. That ruins the story of the Mandalorian show by bringing him into the Boba Fett show. And then they're like, oh, more Mandalorian. And they're like, no, that ruins it too.
Poochie Vince on Twitch just made a really interesting comment that I want to highlight that says, I saw a post. Can you imagine that there's a Star Wars movie coming out that no one cares about? Like, can I just rewind and in our not too distant past, right? You know, we're talking 20, 30 years, right? 20 or 30 years ago, if you had told the average person that there would come a time where a Star Wars movie would hit theaters and no one would give a shit, that person would be like, "You're out of your mind."
Well, because 20 years ago in 2006, Lucasfilm was not owned by Disney. It was something.
And people were like, "Oh my God, they're making another." Oh my God,
because that was when they were talking about having a Boba Fett TV show. Oh, that's crazy.
That's
and
madness.
Everyone's like, "Well, that'd be really cool." And they're like, "Yeah, George Lucas is talking about making a Boba Fett TV show." And everyone's like, "Man, I really could use that." Except for me, because I was like, "Boba died in the Sarlacc pit. Leave it there. He sucked." Yeah. But yeah, man.
Give me an IG-88 Bosk team-up show.
Oh, dude, those are the two best bounty hunters.
Yes, they are.
I would watch and bring Dengar in just for being there, because he's like, Dengar, and he has the dumb turban on because his face is all messed up from Han Solo, like pooping on him or something. Man, IG-88 is the single coolest one because he's three robots, and one gets damaged, and the other one takes his place while the other one repairs the other one, and so he's never not bounty hunting. And then Bosk is a Trandoshan, and he's like, yeah, I fight Wookiees, dude, lizard, and like that's cool. That's cool as hell. IG-88 and Bosk are so cool.
Yep.
That's why Boba Fett always sucked, because all those bounty hunters are like, oh, dude, Forlom and Zuckuss and Dengar, and then you have Boba Fett, and the only reason anyone ever thought he was cool is because Vader was like, don't like disintegrate people or whatever, and Boba Fett's like, oh, I guess.
And he had a cool helmet. Like, that was the thing. He had the little thing that goes ka-chunk, and like people were like, man, character design, pretty cool. But arguably,
what about his original all white?
And then he just looked like a stormtrooper
Yeah, at least they changed that.
because he was a clone.
Not originally. He was
Yeah,
just.
but he's a clone now.
He's a clone now.
Well, also coming out in theaters this week, we have a horror movie by the name of Passenger. This movie is, you've probably seen the trailer. It looked really terrible. It's Andre overall. It's about a young couple witnessing a gruesome highway incident. They soon realize that they did not leave the crash scene alone, as a demonic presence called the Passenger won't stop until it claims them both. The trailer on this one reminded me of one of the short, so the vignettes from Creepshow 2.
I've seen the trailer.
The Thanks for the Ride lady, where the lady keeps she hits this dude who's a hitchhiker, and then she keeps seeing him on the road, and then she just keeps hitting him over and over and over because she's like freaking out. And then or I think it's a lady, and then thanks for the ride, lady, because that's what the monster just keeps saying. And then at the end, when she gets into the garage and she thinks she's home safe, he comes out from under the car and he's just like a big blob of goo because she's hit him 700 times with the car. Anyway, but yeah, Passenger coming out in theaters this week. Also coming out this week, a film called Saccharine. It's written and directed by Natalie Erica James. It's about this lady. She's a lovelorn medical student. She becomes terrorized by a sinister force after taking part in an obscure weight loss craze, eating human ashes. Yeah, okay. Yep. I don't know. I think it's just trying to like capitalize on the substance, and I don't know, like in a Ozempic horror, I guess is what this is going to be. Also coming out, we have another horror thriller called Corporate Retreat. Directed and written by Aaron Fisher. Corporate executives on a team-building retreat face a deadly struggle when their leader turns violently against them. You've probably seen this one. It's got Alan Ruck, who actually is pretty cool. You don't see him very much, but the rest is a bunch of up-and-comers, a bunch of, new young Hollywood. We'll see. I don't know. It doesn't look very interesting to me. But the one that does look pretty interesting, because you do not normally see movies from Boots Riley hit theaters very often. Sorry to Bother You was pretty dang good, and a lot of people did not understand that movie. And then he did the TV show I'm a Virgo, where he was the writer on that one. But this movie, it's his next movie called I Love Boosters, and written and directed by Boots Riley, starring, it's got another huge ensemble cast. Lakeith Stanfield, of course, because he was also in the other Boots Riley projects. Taylor Page. We've got Keke Palmer, Naomi Ackie, Demi Moore, Adam Devine, Don Cheadle. This is just, Viggo Mortensen. Yeah, it's just a list of folks. But it is about a group of shoplifters taking aim at a cutthroat fashion maven, who is Demi Moore, by stealing her clothes and reselling them at a lower price, what they call fashion-forward philanthropy. And it looks, there are so many more people in this movie, like Will Poulter's in it. There's just, it's this crazy cast. But Boots Riley, if you've not watched a Boots Riley movie, they're over the top. They're visually insane, but there's always some really good social commentary going on, and controversial social commentary. And it's interesting that he's probably going to be tackling a bit of the fast fashion problems in America, like the fashion industry, just the clothing industry in general is kind of messed up. But I'm excited to see this movie. I liked Sorry to Bother You a lot.
You had me with Viggo Mortensen, but lost me with everything else.
I think it's going to be good. DJ Merrill says, is this going to be Life Imitates Art? Yeah, who knows? Probably. Vince says, Bo, you have forgotten the up-and-comers joke. It's supposed to be really old people. No, y'all
Viggo
made
Mortensen.
That. He's an up-and-comer. Will Poulter, an up-and-comer.
Yep.
No, I'm pretty sure on this show I did call Will Poulter an up-and-comer at one point, and look, he is here. He has arrived.
Was it back when the Meet the Millers came out? Because if not, then...
No, I think it was even before that.
Was it with
no, was it
Maze Runner?
No, it might have been before that.
Nah, I think it was way after.
Because I was like, this kid's eyebrows, holy crap. And then he could actually act. I was like, we're going to see more of this one. He's an up-and-comer. Anyway, I Love Boosters coming out in theaters this week. Everything else, there's The Salt Path with Gillian Anderson. I think it's getting limited release. Who cares? Looks boring. I Am Ryan, Magic Hour, some other stuff probably hitting very, very small or just streaming only. But those are the big ones. That's what's coming out in theaters.
Like the movie that's like X-Files and Harry Potter, and you're like, oh, it looks dumb.
Looks dumb.
Actors from those, not the stories. The stories of
X-Files, Harry Potter would be pretty cool. Where you're just like
that'd be like a cool version of Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, where you're investigators going around and investigating like weird, nefarious magic problems. You're just like, oh no, this is
like MIB, but for magical creatures.
Oh yeah, I'm down. Or wizards that are doing like shit they shouldn't be doing, and experiments on muggles and things like that. You're just like, we can't have that. You gotta.
We're making that a TV show. Let's write that and send it in.
Yeah,
get some of that WB money before.
Hey, call your boys. Give us some money. We'll make some cool shit happen. All right, well, that's what's coming out in theaters this week. You said you had a movie that you wanted to talk about really quick.
Yeah, man. I watched the new documentary, Marty, Life is Short. It's on Netflix. It's a documentary about Martin Short and his life all the way through, starting out, coming up, being an up-and-comer, and becoming Martin Short that everyone recognizes and knows and loves today. And it was a lot like the John Candy documentary, the I Like Me documentary there, but it's man, you learn that Martin Short's life is full of tragedy and continues to be so after the filming of the documentary, because he lost people. He just continues to lose people his entire life. Like his brother and mom and dad all died early on in his life. Following the filming of the documentary, Catherine O'Hara and his daughter Catherine both passed away, and his wife died. Not all that long ago in reality, but even through all of that, and really one thing that makes him is his resilience and being able to not let that sink him or his spirits. And you get to see that. How he got to be where he's this titan of comedic acting and a talent that shows through in sketch comedy or on the stage or in Broadway or in movies and all this. And he's just a well-liked and well-beloved person amongst not just us as the audience, but everyone that works with and around him. And he's one of those actors that it shows his failures more than his successes. And if you look at his filmography,
they're not all Interspace.
And so that was one of the things they talked about. They're like, Three Amigos failed, Interspace failed, but those are movies that when we watch them, everyone's like,
that's pretty cool,
I love that movie. And they're like, Interspace failed because it opened opposite of Golden Child or something like that, or Three Amigos did. Or
Golden Child?
Yeah, like they got beat by.
I want the knife, not knife.
Yeah, they were beat by another SNL alum, kind of a thing. But it's one of those things where it's like you see those movies, Captain Ron's so good, Interspace, and Three Amigos, and his over-the-top character from things like Father of the Bride, and then all of these people just talk about how much they love Martin Short, and it has Steven Spielberg and Steve Martin and Tom Hanks and all of these people that spend not just time at work but time in their lives around him, because he's just such an incredible person to be around, and like his comedy always hits, and he's so good at what he does. I've seen the Steve Martin and Martin Short show live. I went and saw it before. It was available to watch a version of it on Netflix.
Yeah, it's like an evening with two old dudes.
Dude, it's so good, and they're so quick. And even when something happens and it changes, something fumbles or something on the set falls apart, they turn that into part of the show and make it a joke. And he's just such an incredible talent. And seeing the documentary about it and things that he's had to go through, that normally it would be one of those things where it's like the downfall, and this is like how you end up with like a Ray Parks type character where tragedy just absolutely ruined him, and it's like, what happened to that guy? But he fights through that and maintains being on the top and being one of everyone's favorite people, and just living up to the Canadians are nice stereotype as best as he can. And man, it was really good. It's really touching. I laughed, I cried, I was very entertained. Even if you don't like documentaries, it's fun just to see all of the home movies and clips of Martin Short and the fun that he allows everyone to have in their lives just by being around him. I'm like, man, I want to be best friends with someone like Martin Short. So very cool, very enjoyable, very sad.
Yeah.
At times.
You can check it out. It's out there on Netflix.
And yeah, like I said, I mean, you get all that behind the scenes stuff about SCTV and everything too, which is really good. And I hope they make more documentaries about the SCTV people. They've done John Candy and Martin Short now. If there's not one recently done about Eugene Levy, that would be cool. Or Harold Ramis, that would be cool.
That would be cool.
Or the fellows that played Bob and Doug McKenzie, get Dave Thomas and Rick Moranis documentaries or something like that. I like all the people from SCTV, so very good. Well, worth a watch for sure.
Well, all right. Well, that brings us to the last segment of the show. We would like to wrap it up with the box office roundup for the past weekend. So this is going to be May 15th through 17th, 2026. Going to start with number 12, actually. Let's start with number 12.
Yeah, number 12, a movie that one of our viewers absolutely hates. Said he watched it, couldn't stand it. Trek, for its 25th anniversary, brought in $1.2 million after 25 years sitting on everyone's shelf as a VHS and a DVD.
I think that if they had advertised this a little bit better, because as a guy that goes to the theater pretty much every week, I didn't see any mention of Shrek 25th anniversary. I think it could have been a lot bigger of a release, but
yeah, for sure. And then at number 11, Hokum, still out there, its third week, brought in $1.3 million. And then opening at number 10, a movie that I thought you were going to go watch.
I was. This weekend got ahead of me. And,
I get it. Is God Is brought in $2.2 million. That one is from Amazon Studios. I'm sure it's going to be out there to watch. Though Amazon started doing this real disgusting thing recently, which is that their movies that they made and produced, you do not get to watch on your Prime. You have to buy and rent it like a regular movie for several months, which is dumb. But Is God Is out there if you want to check that one out. At number 9, In the Gray, opening at number 9, $2.9 million brought in by that one. From Black Bear Studio. I don't know what that is. And then at number 8.
That was we talked about that. That was the movie that I was telling you.
Oh, the Guy Ritchie movie.
Guy Ritchie movie, yeah.
That was the one that I looked at and was like, should I go watch this at the movie theater? And I'm like, man, the runtime on it is too long.
It's an hour and 37 minutes.
For a Guy Ritchie movie that I already know how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, and then at number 8, now I saw this released as 2 separate movies, but to see it like this, Top Gun / Top Gun Maverick brought in $3.3 million. I saw that the local AMC, you had to buy tickets separate. Mm-hmm. It wasn't the double feature show, but
maybe the box office, they're just taking the aggregate.
Maybe. So the Top Gun dual feature 40th anniversary is out there at number 8. Holding at number 7, Project Hail Mary brought another $4 million. Its 9th week out has brought it up to $335 million in the U.S., another $333 elsewhere across the globe. So it is getting up there. Great movie, definitely worth watching. Holding at number 6, Super Mario Galaxy, $4.5 million in its 7th week out, $419 million. Another $548 million across the globe, just under the billion threshold for Mario 2. And then at number 5, The Sheep Detectives, a movie you talked to us about.
I did yesterday.
2nd week out, $9.6 million, bringing it up to $30 million total in the U.S., another $29 million elsewhere, so it's just under $60 million. Man, there's a lot of Amazon movies here in the top 10 right now. And then at number 4, Mortal Kombat 2, which we tried to talk to you guys about. It brought in $13.4 million in its 2nd week. It's currently at $62.25 million in the U.S., another $39 elsewhere across the globe. So just over $100 million so far. And then opening at number 3, Obsession. $17 million brought in by that one. Speaking of Amazon, if you go to their homepage, they're like, Obsession is coming at you. And they have their own recommended movies for like dealing with obsession because they're trying to capitalize on this release.
I see.
But yeah, opened to $17.2 million. That one I think is brought to you by some YouTubers, some content creator guys. Yep. So that's cool to see. And then at number 2, The Devil Wears Prada 2, $17.8 million in its third week, bringing it up to $175.7. Another, geez, $370.3 million elsewhere. So it's at $546 million. Dude, the international audience
Loving this movie.
going for that. And then at number 1, climbing back from the number 3 spot, $26 million brought in by Michael. Fourth week out brought it up to $283 million. Another 424 elsewhere. So that one is at $707 million. Good for you, Michael. And there it is.
There's the top 10. That is the deal. That's the show. That's the whole thing. That's we're done now. So yeah, we appreciate you guys coming and joining us, man. We'll be back next week, same time, same channel. If you want to like and subscribe, find us out there on all our social medias out there. Most of them are all on our link tree. Just go to the driveinspeakerbox.com. Don't forget you can join our Discord, and you can see a lot of movie reviews from Vince and trailers. We got fun conversations, memes, links, things like that. And it will only get more active with folks like you. So thanks for tuning in. We will see you guys next week.
See ya.
As you leave the theater, folks, please be careful. Don't let this happen to your car. Be sure to remove the speaker before you leave. If you should accidentally pull a speaker loose, please turn it in at our snack bar or box office. Thank you.